Hi everyone, today I'm going to talk about what you should expect at an Anmeldung appointment in Germany. Here I'll cover the step-by-step process of what actually happens at the appointment, as well as some top tips for ensuring that everything goes smoothly. It's important to note that this video will focus solely on what happens at your Anmeldung appointment in Germany. Head over to our other videos linked in the description below if you would like more detailed info about the entire address registration process, instructions on exactly how to book an Anmeldung appointment in Berlin, as well as a comprehensive overview of what paperwork you'll need. If you find this content helpful and would like to support the channel, hit the like and subscribe button below. So, back to today's topic. Essentially, the prospect of sitting face-to-face with a German public sector worker fills many expats with fear and anxiety, especially if you're a non-German speaker and new to Germany. But knowing what to do and what to expect at your appointment can really help alleviate these anxieties. So, for a smooth Anmeldung appointment, you should follow these key steps. First up, arrive at the registration office, known as a Bürgeramt in German, at least 15 minutes prior to your appointment. If you miss your Anmeldung appointment slot, they will simply move on to the next appointment and you'll need to start the entire process again. So punctuality really is key here. While turning up on time is one thing, finding the registration office is another. When you schedule your Anmeldung appointment, you will be sent a confirmation detailing the street address where your appointment will be. But don't expect the registration office to be easy to find when arriving at the address. The registration offices are often buried deep inside large public sector buildings, repurposed factory complexes, and even shopping centres. In some instances, they are poorly signposted and may not even be located at the exact street address given. For example, for the Bürgeramt in Prenzlauer Berg, Berlin, the official address will take you to Fröbelstrasse 17, but the registration office is actually located at the very back of the complex of buildings, as shown in the map. When rushed for time, not being able to locate the registration office can leave you feeling incredibly panicky and flustered. To avoid this, leave plenty of time to find the correct office and even do a dummy run the day before your appointment so that you know exactly where to go. Once you've arrived at the registration office, the next step is to wait in the waiting area until your appointment number, known as a Vorgangsnummer in German, is shown on the electronic board. For this step, we highly recommend that you print out your appointment confirmation so that you have your appointment number and appointment time to hand. When your number is shown on the electronic board, go to the designated room and processing desk. For example, as shown in the picture, if your appointment number was 235668, you would need to go to room 1, desk A. Once in the processing room, hand over your completed paperwork and passport to the Bürgeramt worker. Even if you're a complete beginner, it's always helpful to start with a friendly greeting in German, as well as some pre-prepared sentences about what you are wanting to do and your situation, i.e. that you have recently arrived in Germany and are wanting to register your address. If you're not confident saying this, have a German friend or colleague write a short note for you to show the Bürgeramt worker. The very fact that you have made an attempt in German often helps soften the registration office staff and usually leads to a more positive experience. And don't be put off if you come across a very grumpy Bürgeramt worker. Just stay friendly and polite. The worst experiences I hear of are always when people are confrontational in response to a grumpy or unhelpful registration office worker. If they want to make your life difficult, they can, so it's best to keep on the right side of them even when confronted with rudeness. While a bit of a German intro can definitely help, the most important part of registering your address is that you present the correct paperwork. Without the correct paperwork, the Bürgeramt worker will not be able to process your address registration, and you'll be told to return once you have the paperwork in order. In short, you need to show an Anmeldung form completed and signed by yourself, a Wohnungsgeberbestätigung form completed and signed by your landlord, your passport, and a certificate proving your civil status if you are married, divorced, or in a civil partnership, plus a certified German translation of this certificate. You'll need to show original versions of all of these documents at your appointment. Scans or printed copies often won't be accepted. Blank copies of all the relevant forms can be found in the description below. If you're unsure about the paperwork and how it should be completed, then you may be interested in Nomad Berlin's relocation packages, which include an Anmeldung service. Here we'll schedule your appointment and complete all the relevant paperwork to ensure your documents are in tip-top shape prior to your appointment. For further details of how we can help, go to www.nomadenberlin.com. So, once you've handed over your stack of papers, the Bergeramt worker will now process your Anmeldung, a process that takes around 5 minutes if all the paperwork is completed correctly. While processing your paperwork, they often ask a couple of questions. The first of these might be, is your name on the letterbox at your new address in Germany? For this, you should answer yes. If you say no, they may be hesitant to let you complete your Anmeldung, as they might assume that you won't be able to receive your German tax ID, or Steueridentifikationsnummer in German. This document is delivered to your registered address by name approximately 2 to 4 weeks after your Anmeldung appointment. Even if your name isn't actually on the letterbox at your new address in Germany, still answer yes at your appointment, and then affix a temporary name on your letterbox until your German tax ID is delivered. If necessary, just taping a post-it note to your letterbox with your surname on it is sufficient for this purpose. The second question they often ask is, are you religious? Here the Bergeramt worker isn't just making small talk or curious, but is instead double-checking whether you have any religious affiliations. Depending on your answer, they may then sign you up for German church tax, known as Kirchensteuer. To avoid this altogether, simply answer that you are not part of a religion. Once the Bergeramt worker has finished processing your paperwork, you'll receive your address registration certificate at the end of your appointment, known in German as an Anmeldebestätigung. Cherish this piece of paper as you will frequently need to present it as you work your way through the rest of your relocation to Germany. Congratulations! Once you've reached this stage, you have successfully navigated your Anmeldung and are now a registered resident in Germany. On the face of it, German public sector appointments can seem intimidating, but I hope that this video helps set clear expectations about what will happen at your appointment and thereby help settle your nerves. Any questions? Drop a comment below. Thank you for watching.